Hey there, travelers! Ready for a jaw-dropping reveal? Welcome to our channel, where we uncover must-know travel truths. Today, we're diving into a topic every Black traveler needs to hear. The top 10 countries where Black folks might face surprising challenges. From subtle biases to outright hostility, some places can feel far from welcoming. Curious which destinations could derail your dream trip? We're spilling the tea on where racial tensions or anti-Black vibes might catch you off guard. Stick around for the full list, it might just reshape your travel plans. Love this? Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more travel tips. Number 1. Saudi Arabia. Curious about traveling to Saudi Arabia as a Black person? Buckle up, because this might surprise you. Saudi Arabia is famous for its stunning wealth and ancient history, but for Black travelers, it's not always a welcoming spot. Many Black workers from African countries make up a huge chunk of the labor force. About 70% of labor disputes involve them. They often face tough working conditions and clear racial bias. It's not just workers, though. Black visitors and expats frequently deal with suspicion or unfriendly vibes in public places like shops or restaurants. Those awkward stares? Yep, they're real and common. The issue goes way back, tied to historical practices like the slave trade and deep-rooted cultural norms. While some changes are happening, systemic problems linger, making it a tricky destination for Black travelers. If you're planning a trip, be ready for challenges and pack extra patience. It's not the friendliest place for Black visitors. Number 2. India. Dreaming of exploring India's colorful festivals, ancient temples, and iconic Taj Mahal? It's a bucket list spot, but Black travelers might face some tough moments. India's vibrant, yet its deep-rooted colorism makes things tricky. 62% of Black expats report facing discrimination. From curious stares to rude comments, Black visitors often feel unwelcome. This stems from India's colonial past, where lighter skin was seen as better, and sadly, those old ideas still linger. Walking through busy markets or visiting landmarks, you might feel like you're on display, with locals giving you "whoa, who are you?" looks. Some have never met a Black person before. Worse, Black travelers sometimes face suspicion or get turned away from shops or restaurants. While India's culture is a magnet, its struggle to accept darker skin puts it on the list of places Black travelers might want to skip. If you go, brace for challenges beyond the usual travel hiccups. Pack patience, keep an open mind, and maybe a thick skin to enjoy India's beauty. Number 3. Japan. Thinking of visiting Japan, the land of sushi, cherry blossoms, and high-tech wonders? Hold on, it's not all picture-perfect for Black travelers. Japan's culture is amazing, but embracing diversity? It's got some work to do. About 45% of Black expats say they face racial bias, like curious stares on trains or feeling left out in social scenes. Japan's lack of racial diversity can make Black visitors feel like outsiders. It ranks high on places Black travelers might want to skip. Why? The media often shows negative stereotypes of Black people in ads, shows, sometimes even using offensive things like blackface. Historically, Japan's been a mostly similar-looking society, and while it's slowly opening up, accepting racial differences is moving at a snail's pace. Black travelers might face small slights or outright racism while shopping, dining, or visiting famous spots like Tokyo's skyscrapers or Kyoto's temples. So, while Japan's tech and culture are tempting, the racial challenges can make it tough. Planning a trip? Pack patience and be ready for more than just a language barrier. Number 4. South Korea. South Korea is famous for K-pop, cool tech, and tasty barbecue, making it a hotspot for tourists. But for Black travelers, visiting this country can feel tricky. South Korea is mostly one race, so standing out as a foreigner is hard, and being Black can make it even tougher. Over half of Black people living there say they've faced unfair treatment, like being ignored by taxi drivers or stared at a lot. This can make you feel unwelcome or out of place. The media in South Korea doesn't help, often showing Black people in negative or outdated ways, which makes these biases worse. In the past, South Korea didn't have much racial diversity, so Black visitors were rare. Even now, as the country opens up to the world, some old ideas linger. Simple things like shopping for groceries or visiting tourist spots can feel lonely because locals might stare or avoid you. Despite all this, South Korea has so much to offer: vibrant culture, fun nightlife, and amazing food. But Black travelers should be ready for both exciting moments and some challenges. Racial misunderstandings can make things awkward, so bringing a good sense of humor is a must. If you're planning a trip, Expect a mix of awesome experiences and a few hurdles, but don't let that stop you from enjoying this unique country. Number 5. Ukraine. Ukraine is a country with a rich history, stunning landscapes, and vibrant culture, but it struggles with racial tolerance. It's often listed among the least welcoming places in Europe for people of color, especially black travelers. Many African students in Ukraine have shared troubling experiences, like being refused entry to buses or trains just because of their skin color. Imagine waiting for a ride, only to be left behind while others board. This lack of diversity and frequent discrimination can make black visitors feel unwanted or unsafe. Whether walking through the streets or trying to use public transportation, they may face cold stares or even hostile treatment. Ukraine's largely uniform population and limited exposure to different cultures contribute to these challenges. While the country offers incredible history and beautiful architecture, black travelers might want to think carefully before visiting. The subtle and sometimes overt racism can make simple things like catching a train feel like a battle. If you're planning a trip, be ready for more than just buying a ticket. You might need patience and resilience to navigate these issues. Number 6. Israel. Israel is known for its deep history and religious importance, attracting many visitors. However, for black travelers, especially those from African countries, it can be a tough place to visit. In 2023, racial incidents against African immigrants jumped by 30%, showing how hard it can be for black people here. Many feel unwelcome, as they're often looked at with suspicion. Black individuals, particularly immigrants, face discrimination not just in everyday moments, like getting odd stares in public, but also in bigger ways, like finding a place to live or getting a job. Israel has a mix of ethnic groups, and tensions between them are not new. But the growing hostility toward black people makes it one of the top 10 countries where they might feel out of place. Simple things like renting an apartment or just walking around can feel like a challenge because of deep-rooted biases. You might feel like you stand out too much, almost like being the only different face in a crowd. Despite Israel's rich culture, amazing historical sites, and vibrant energy, these racial issues can make traveling there frustrating. Black visitors should be ready for both the beauty of Israel and the hurdles they might face. Staying aware and prepared is key to making your trip safer and more enjoyable. Number 7. Greece. Greece is known for its ancient ruins, beautiful islands, and tasty gyros, but for black travelers, it's not always a welcoming place. In recent years, racial tensions have grown, especially after the migration crisis. African migrants often face hostility, particularly in areas away from popular tourist spots. In Athens, the charming neighborhoods might feel safe, but if you travel to less touristy areas, things can change. Many black travelers report feeling unwelcome, with some experiencing verbal abuse or even physical confrontations. These issues aren't just random, they're part of a larger problem that's been growing due to the arrival of migrants from Africa and the Middle East. For black visitors, exploring Greece can feel like walking on eggshells. While you might dream of visiting Santorini's stunning views or the historic Parthenon, you could also encounter unfriendly attitudes. Reports show that racism, from harsh stares to outright attacks, is a real concern. This makes Greece one of the top 10 countries where black travelers may not feel welcome. If you plan to visit, it's safer to stick to well-known tourist areas to avoid trouble. Greece is still a beautiful destination, but for black travelers, it's wise to stay cautious and prepared for challenges that might feel like something out of a dramatic Greek story. Number 8. China. China's rise as a global economic giant is impressive, but some old challenges remain, like racial biases that affect black travelers. Visiting China can be tough for them. Many African expatriates and black tourists face discrimination, from constant stares to outright harassment. Imagine being watched like you're a rare exhibit everywhere you go. It's an uncomfortable reality for many. This stems from cultural misunderstandings and limited exposure to diversity. China is mostly uniform, especially outside big cities like Beijing or Shanghai, so black people are often viewed as unusual. Stereotypes and misinformation add to the problem, leading to incidents like being denied service or treated with suspicion, particularly in rural areas. Despite China's efforts to build ties with African nations, these relationships don't always mean social acceptance for black individuals. As a result, many feel unwelcome, making China a place where black travelers might hesitate to visit. Whether you're exploring the Great Wall or walking through Shanghai's busy streets, the cultural gap can make the experience challenging. Black visitors often face unwanted attention, which can overshadow the trip. This is why China is on the list of top 10 countries where black people may not feel welcomed. If you plan to go, brace yourself for more than just a new culture. You might face unexpected scrutiny. Number 9. Italy. Famous for its delicious pizza, pasta, and stunning art, seems like a perfect vacation spot. But for black travelers, it's not always a warm welcome. The country has seen a 35% increase in racially motivated crimes, especially against African immigrants, making it one of the top 10 places where black people may feel unsafe. This growing racism isn't just aimed at immigrants. Black tourists often feel out of place too. Whether you're enjoying a cappuccino in a cozy cafe or strolling through iconic sites like the Colosseum or Venice's canals, you might notice cold stares or even face rude comments. Some black visitors report subtle slights, while others experience open hostility. Italy's racial issues stem from its recent political changes and a history of immigration, particularly from Africa, which has fueled xenophobia. Sadly, these tensions affect tourists too, who may encounter unfair treatment. While Italy's beauty, from its historic ruins to charming streets, is undeniable, the rise in racial incidents can make traveling there tricky. If you're planning a trip, stay cautious, especially outside major tourist areas. Pack your excitement for Italy's wonders, but also bring extra patience to handle potential challenges beyond just busy crowds. Number 10. Russia. Welcome to Russia, a country famous for its stunning landmarks like the colorful Red Square and the Grand Kremlin in Moscow. It's a place filled with rich history, amazing art, and unique experiences like riding the Trans-Siberian Railway or visiting the beautiful Hermitage Museum. But for black travelers, Russia can be a tough place to visit because of widespread racism. Unfortunately, many black visitors, including African immigrants and tourists, face unkind treatment in Russia. In big cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, black travelers often deal with unfriendly stares, rude comments, or even racial slurs. In smaller towns where people aren't used to seeing diversity, the situation can be even worse. There have been reports of harassment and, in some cases, physical attacks against black people, especially African students and tourists. Part of the problem comes from far-right groups in Russia that spread negative attitudes toward people who look different. These groups create an environment where black travelers might feel unsafe just walking down the street. Surveys show that racial discrimination is a big issue in Russia, making it one of the less welcoming places for black people. Despite Russia's incredible contributions to art, literature, and culture, the ongoing problem of racism can make a trip stressful instead of fun. If you're a black traveler planning to visit Russia, it's important to be extra careful. Pack plenty of patience and stay aware of your surroundings to handle any challenges that might come up. Have you traveled to Russia or other places on this list? Do you have tips for other travelers? Share your thoughts in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and wherever you go, stay safe and enjoy your adventure.